I'm not paying back my student loans. I do not care. Oh, but what about your credit score? What am I going to do with a good credit score? Buy a house on starvation wages? Buy a car I can't afford to insure? I'm not paying them back. I don't give a shit about my credit score. Oh, they're going to garnish your wages. Most of us are underemployed. If they start taking additional money out of my paycheck, I just won't work. My life will not get worse. I'm not going to have the money anyway, so you can't garnish what isn't there. I grew up in a far right, conservative, hardcore Republican family. And since like kindergarten, I have been conditioned to believe that if I did not go to college, I would not be successful. I was told that if I locked in, got great grades in high school, got into college, focused, and got my degree, that I would have a life similar to the life my parents had, where my dad worked one job for like.
All right, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. I agree. The baby boomers did fail us. They allowed us to go to college. They didn't direct us. They just said go to school and get a degree. I get it. So he got that. Let's continue.
35 years, was able to buy a house and go on vacation and support his family. That doesn't exist anymore. There's no jobs out there with pension plans. There's no jobs out there that let people my age just like buy a house. So what was all that work for? Generations of Americans have been told that if they went to college and they did the right thing, took out these loans, that it would be worth it. And most of us are finding out it's not even remotely close to worth it. You're telling me these millionaires and billionaires were able to get these PPE loans forgiven that they took out during the pandemic for millions of dollars? But I have 30 grand in college debt left and I'm refusing to pay it back, and now I'm the problem?
Okay, look, before I get into it, I do want to say thank you guys, man. I appreciate you for the recent subs. I'm going to try my best to push a video out every single day. Hopefully I can get to 2. All right. But with that being said, let me just react to him real quick. Look, the first thing I noticed is his sassiness. Okay. All right. The feminine energy, and it's not just in how he talks. I'm not talking about that. It's how he thinks. No sense of ownership, no fight, no leadership, just feelings, excuses, and all victimhood. This is the typical Gen Z victim Olympics mentality. Life is hard, so I quit. Things aren't fair, so you know what? I'm not even going to try. You're not fighting the system. You're submitting to poverty and calling it a protest. It doesn't make sense. The second thing I noticed, and let's be real, this guy probably still lives with his parents because of the choices he made. Pushing 30, don't have any real assets, no financial independence, and he seems proud of it. You're not making a stand. You're just making excuses for your failures. Third thing, and this is probably the most important thing, is choosing the right degree. I don't think you guys understand how that matters. The market doesn't care about your feelings. The market honestly pays for value. You got a degree in some dead-end field and thought you were owed a 4-bedroom house and a Benz. That's on you. But here's where it gets a little deeper. Where the hell were your parents, like I said before? Why didn't anyone step in and say, hey, maybe $100K of debt for a major in gender studies isn't really a smart investment? Parents raise these kids, like he said, with a 1970s mindset. Back then, any degree, and I agree, any degree you got was a golden ticket to the job market. You got a job. But that world is gone. We live in a market-driven economy now. If you don't adapt, you're going to get steamrolled, period. And the bottom line, college didn't fail you. You chose what you chose. Your choices failed you. You took the loans. No one put a gun to your head. You cashed the checks. You took unnecessary vacations. You got the BBLs and the spring break trips. You made the deals. Now you got debt. You owe the debt. Grown men pay their bills. Grown women pay their debts. Children whine. They blame it on everybody else, and then you know what? They quit. You can live in this life, but it's a delusional life. And you can live in it all you want. But out here in the real world, nobody's coming to save you, bro. And that's the reality that a lot of you are going to have to deal with. And you can go ahead and try to, get a 36-month or a 24-month extension, but you don't realize is that interest is compounding. And it's only going to make things worse. And that once maybe $1,100 student payment, if you decided to do it today or on May 5th, when it kicks in, will be around $1,500 in 3 years if you don't start attacking it now. I've even seen some videos where women are saying, oh, I'm just going to go back to school then. And I'll always be in school. It doesn't make sense. Is it me? Am I the one that's bugging? I see it in the comments in the last video. You guys are talking about everything else but the issues at hand. Is it me, man? I don't know. Leave it in the comment section, and I guarantee you I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, y'all.